Walk into any big box store on a Saturday afternoon and you will find an entire aisle dedicated to storage solutions. Clear plastic bins with color-coded lids. Modular shelving units that require an Allen wrench and 2 hours of assembly. Hanging organizers made from synthetic fabrics that start sagging within a month. Americans now spend over $12 billion a year on home storage and organization products, and somehow the houses keep getting messier. Meanwhile, across rural farms in the Ozarks, inside small-town garages from East Texas to Western Carolina, and deep in the hills of Appalachia, people have been solving the same storage problems for generations using materials that cost almost nothing. Wire, wood scraps, old jars, a handful of nails, and a way of thinking that refuses to let anything go to waste. These are 30 of those solutions. Number 30, the mason jar wall rack. Take a piece of scrap wood about 2 feet long. Screw the lids of 6 or 8 mason jars directly into the underside of the board, spacing them a few inches apart. Mount the board to the wall or to the underside of a cabinet shelf. Now twist each jar up into its own lid, and you have a row of clear, sealed, gravity-defying containers holding screws, nails, buttons, spices, seeds, or whatever else has been rattling around loose in a drawer. Every jar is visible, accessible, and completely out of the way. The whole setup cost the price of a few screws because the jars were already sitting in the basement from last summer's canning. Hardware stores sell small parts organizers for $30 that hold less and break faster. But the mason jar rack does something the plastic organizer never will. It lasts. Glass does not crack from temperature changes in a garage. The lids do not warp. And 20 years from now, those same jars will still be hanging there clear as the day they were screwed in, holding whatever needs holding. Number 29, the tension rod under the sink. A spring-loaded curtain rod wedged between the walls under a kitchen or bathroom sink creates an instant hanging rack. Spray bottles hook over the rod by their triggers and hang in a neat row, freeing up the entire cabinet floor for bins or cleaning rags. A $2 rod replaces a $20 under-sink organizer and takes about 4 seconds to install. Number 28, the old dresser in the garage. When a bedroom dresser reaches the end of its decorative life, the drawers still work. Slide it against a garage wall, and suddenly you have 6 deep drawers holding drill bits, sandpaper, tape rolls, zip ties, extension cords, and hardware sorted by size. The drawers pull smoother than any plastic bin, and the top surface becomes a workbench. A dresser that would have gone to the curb does the job of a $200 tool chest without a single modification. Rural families figured this out generations ago. The dresser in the barn workshop might have faded paint and a missing knob, but the joinery was solid oak or maple, built to last longer than the bedroom set that replaced it. Those old dovetail joints hold weight that a pressed particle board cabinet from a big box store would buckle under within a year. Number 27, rain gutter bookshelves. A 4-foot section of vinyl rain gutter screwed to a wall at a slight upward angle holds a row of children's books face out, with picture covers visible. 3 gutters stacked vertically turn a bare hallway wall into a library display that a child can browse without pulling everything off a shelf. The material costs about $3 per shelf at any hardware store. Nursery organizers that do the same thing sell for 10 times as much and usually come with assembly instructions the length of a short novel. Number 26, the pegboard tool wall. A 4x8 sheet of pegboard mounted in a garage or workshop turns a blank wall into a visible, organized storage system for every hand tool you own. Hammers, wrenches, pliers, screwdrivers, levels, and tape measures all hang on hooks where you can see them and grab them without digging through a drawer. Outline each tool with a marker and you will know instantly when something has not been put back. This system has been standard in rural workshops since the 1940s, and it still outperforms every foam-lined tool chest on the market. The reason is simple. A tool you can see is a tool you will use. A tool buried in the third drawer of a rolling cabinet might as well not exist. The pegboard turns a wall into a visual inventory, and the inventory keeps itself honest, because every empty hook is a reminder that something is missing. Number 25. The Muffin Tin Parts Sorter. A 12-cup muffin tin sitting on a workbench holds 12 different sizes of small hardware. Washers go in one cup, wing nuts in another, and wood screws are sorted by length across the rest. Stack 2 or 3 tins, and you have a sorting system that fits in a single drawer. The tins cost $1 each at a thrift store, and they never crack the way plastic compartment trays do after a year of use. Number 24. PVC pipe boot storage. Cut a length of wide PVC pipe into sections about 14 inches tall. Stand them upright on the floor of a mudroom or closet. Each section holds one boot upright without flopping over, creasing, or falling into a pile on the closet floor. 6 sections lined up against a baseboard hold 6 pairs of boots in less space than a commercial boot rack. The pipes can be hosed clean when mud season arrives. Number 23. The Ceiling Joist Shelf. Plywood shelf across ceiling joists. In an unfinished garage or basement, the open ceiling joists are free shelving rails. Lay a piece of plywood across 2 joists, and you have an overhead shelf for seasonal items, holiday decorations, or camping gear. The storage lives above your head, completely out of the way, and uses space that was otherwise just dead air between the rafters. No brackets, no mounting hardware, just gravity and a flat board. Walk into any old farmhouse outbuilding and you will see this system everywhere. Boards laid across rafters hold coils of rope, cans of finish, and trays of hardware. The people who built those buildings understood that the most valuable storage space in any structure is the space you are not standing in. Number 22 is the wooden pallet garden tool rack. Stand a pallet upright against the wall of a shed or garage. The gaps between the slats hold the handles of rakes, shovels, hoes, and brooms upright without any modification at all. Lean the tools in, and the slats catch the handles at an angle that keeps them from sliding. A free pallet replaces a $40 wall-mounted garden tool organizer and holds twice as many tools. Number 21. The shower curtain ring trick. Clip cheap plastic shower curtain rings onto a closet rod, and suddenly each ring holds a scarf, a belt, a hat, or a tank top. 10 rings on one rod turn a single bar of closet space into 10 individual hanging slots for accessories that would otherwise pile up on a shelf or disappear into the back of a drawer. Number 20. The magnetic knife strip repurposed. Mount a magnetic strip inside a medicine cabinet door or on the wall beside a bathroom mirror. Bobby pins, tweezers, nail clippers, small scissors, and metal grooming tools snap right onto the strip and stay visible, organized, and off the counter. The same strip works in a workshop for drill bits, hex keys, and razor blades. One strip handles what 3 small containers used to do, and nothing ever gets buried. Number 19. The old mailbox in the garden shed. Mount a retired metal mailbox on the wall of a shed or near the back door. It holds garden gloves, hand tools, seed packets, and twine in a single weatherproof container that opens with one hand. The lid keeps everything dry, and the box is deep enough to hold a small trowel standing upright. Number 18. The file folder holder turned lid rack. A metal desktop file organizer standing upright inside a kitchen cabinet holds pot lids, cutting boards, and baking sheets in vertical slots, instead of letting them stack into a clattering pile. Lids that used to avalanche out of a cabinet every time you open the door now slide in and out like files in an office. The organizer costs about $4 at a thrift store. The kitchen lid racks designed for the same purpose sell for $20 or more. Number 17 is the belt and scarf hanger made from a rake head. Take the head of an old broken garden rake and mount it on the wall of a closet with the tines pointing upward. Each tine holds a belt, a scarf, a necklace, or a handbag strap. 12 tines, 12 items, all visible, all accessible. Clean it up with a coat of spray paint and the whole thing looks intentional. Number 16, the binder clip cable manager. Clip medium binder clips along the edge of a desk, nightstand, or workbench. Thread charging cables, headphone cords, or lamp wires through the silver handles. Each cable stays in place, never falls behind the furniture, and can be pulled free in one motion. A bag of binder clips costs $2 and manages cables better than any silicone cable organizer ever designed. Number 15, the shoe organizer on the pantry door. A clear plastic over-the-door shoe organizer hung on the inside of a pantry door holds snack bars, seasoning packets, sauce pouches, small cans, and anything else that gets lost on deep shelves. Each pocket is visible and accessible without moving a single item in front of it. The same organizer works on a bathroom door for toiletries, on a closet door for cleaning supplies, or on a laundry room door for stain sticks and dryer sheets. A $6 organizer replaces an entire shelf of small bins. The beauty of this one is that it uses a surface nobody thinks about. The back of a door is dead real estate in most homes. It opens and closes 1,000 times and carries nothing. Hanging a shoe organizer there turns 0 square feet of floor space into 20 or more pockets of usable storage, and you never have to reach behind something to find what you need. If you are getting ideas from this list, take a second and subscribe. This channel is built on the kind of practical knowledge that used to pass from one generation to the next, across kitchen tables and workbenches. There is a new one every week. Number 14, the bread tie label system. When you fill containers, bags, or bins with stored items, write what is inside on a bread tie or a strip of masking tape, then clip or stick it to the front. No label maker needed. No printed adhesive strips that peel off after a month. Bread ties are free. They bend around anything, and when the contents of the container change, you twist on a new one in 2 seconds. Number 13, the pool noodle boot shaper. Cut a pool noodle in half lengthwise and slide each half into a tall boot to keep it standing upright in the closet. The foam holds the shaft open so the leather does not crease, and the boots stop collapsing into each other on the closet floor. A pair of cedar boot shapers costs $20. A pool noodle costs $1 and does the same job for 8 boots. The cedar version smells nicer. The pool noodle version leaves you $19 richer, and your boots look exactly the same. Number 12, the hanging fruit basket for bathroom storage. A 3-tier wire hanging fruit basket suspended from a bathroom ceiling hook or shower head holds shampoo bottles, soap, razors, and washcloths vertically in a space that was not being used at all. The counter stays clear and nothing sits in a puddle. Number 11, the ice cube tray jewelry organizer. A plastic ice cube tray sitting inside a dresser drawer holds earrings, rings, small brooches, and cufflinks in individual compartments. Each piece stays separated, visible, and untangled. Stack 2 trays for twice the capacity. The whole system costs less than $1 and fits in a drawer that already exists. Number 10, the spring-loaded curtain rod in a cabinet. Wedge a short tension rod vertically inside a tall kitchen cabinet, and suddenly you have a divider that keeps baking sheets, cutting boards, and serving trays standing upright instead of stacked flat. Pull one item out without disturbing the rest. 2 rods create 3 slots. The whole modification takes 10 seconds to install and costs under $5. Number 9. The Gutter Scrap Drawer Divider. Cut short sections of rain gutter and lay them inside a junk drawer side by side. Each section becomes a channel holding pens, batteries, tape, scissors, or loose hardware in neat separated rows. The gutters are rigid enough to stay in place and shallow enough to see into. Cut them from leftover material after hanging gutters on the house, and the drawer organizer costs nothing at all. Essentially free. Number 8. The Toilet Paper Roll Cord Organizer. Flatten a toilet paper roll slightly, fold in one end, and stuff a coiled extension cord, phone charger, or set of earbuds inside. Stand the rolls upright in a shoebox, and you have a cord organizer that keeps every cable separated, labeled if you write on the roll, and easy to grab. A box of 12 rolls holds 12 cords in a space the size of a paperback book. Number 7. The Command Hook Broom Closet. Stick 2 adhesive hooks on the inside of a closet door or on a bare wall in the laundry room. Put one hook high and one hook low, then hang a broom or mop handle between them. The tool hangs flat against the surface, and it takes up almost no floor space. 3 pairs of hooks will store 3 tools on the back of a single door that was doing nothing before. Number 6. The Old Ladder Pot Rack. Suspend a worn wooden ladder horizontally from the kitchen ceiling with chains or heavy rope at each end. Hang S-hooks from the rungs, and each hook holds a pot, a pan, a colander, or a bundle of dried herbs. The ladder becomes a rustic ceiling rack that frees up an entire cabinet and keeps cookware within arm's reach. Commercial pot racks made from wrought iron sell for $150 or more. The ladder from the barn does the same job with more character and a story behind every scratch in the wood. Number 5. The Clothespin Tool Grip. Glue or screw a row of old wooden clothespins along the inside edge of a drawer or along a strip of wood mounted on the wall. Each clothespin grips a paintbrush, a marker, a pencil, a small screwdriver, or a tube of glue. The items stand at attention in a neat row and release with a simple squeeze. A dozen clothespins cost less than $1, and they outperform any foam insert organizer on the market. Number 4. The Egg Carton Small Parts Tray. A cardboard egg carton with the lid cut off holds 12 small compartments for jewelry, craft supplies, beads, screws, or fishing tackle. Stack them in a closet or slide them into a drawer. When the carton wears out, recycle it and grab another one from the kitchen. Zero cost, zero guilt, and completely replaceable. Number 3. The Wire Colander Wall Basket. Mount an old wire colander on a wall near the front door, in a bathroom, or beside a workbench. It holds keys, wallets, mail, fruit, and small tools in a bowl that drains dust and lets air circulate. The holes make it self-cleaning in a way that solid baskets never are. Number 2. The Pants Hanger File Organizer. Clip-style pants hangers, hung in a row on a closet rod, hold manila folders, coloring books, important papers, and instruction manuals in a vertical hanging file system. Each hanger holds 1 or 2 folders at eye level, where you can flip through them like a filing cabinet. The hangers cost $1 each, and they turn dead closet space into a functional office. Number 1. The Bucket and Board Shelving Unit. Stack 5-gallon buckets 2 high, lay a board across each row and repeat. 2 columns of buckets with planks across them create a shelving unit where the shelves hold items on top and the buckets hold items inside. Tools, bulk supplies, sporting equipment, seasonal gear. The whole structure can be built in 5 minutes with materials pulled from behind the barn. It holds more weight than a particle board shelf from a discount store. It disassembles in seconds for moving. And if a bucket cracks, you replace it for $3 instead of buying a new shelving unit. There is something almost embarrassingly effective about this one. A shelving system with no screws, no tools required, no instructions to misread, and more load capacity than anything in a furniture catalog. It is the kind of solution that makes you wonder what the furniture industry is actually selling, because it clearly is not structural integrity. 30 solutions, and not one of them required a trip to a specialty store or a credit card. That is the part worth sitting with for a moment. The entire modern storage industry is built on the assumption that organization is a purchasing problem. Somewhere between aisle 9 and the checkout counter, there is a product that promises to bring order to the coat closet, the garage, or the cabinet under the bathroom sink. But the people who actually kept organized homes for generations never bought their way into it. They looked at what they already had, a jar, a board, a nail, a piece of wire, and they saw the solution sitting right there, waiting to be used differently. The expensive organizer promises order. The Hillbilly hack delivers it with whatever is lying around the yard. And when you compare the results side by side, the fancy bin and the mason jar screwed to a piece of scrap wood, the only real difference is the price tag. One cost $30 and came in packaging that itself became clutter the moment you opened it. The other cost nothing and will probably outlast everything else in the room. Maybe the mess was never really about needing more storage. Maybe it was about forgetting that the people who had the least stuff were always the ones who knew exactly where everything was. There is a video on screen right now about forgotten household tricks from the generation that never threw anything away without finding a second use for it first. If this list made sense to you, that one will too.